Hello and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have so many journals in here because I'm gonna be talking to you how I'm planning on use all this stack for the second half of the year, since we are already in July. But before we start, we're gonna turn on a candle. You already know the drill for my channel. This is the candle for today. It's a fresh cut fir and it smells amazing. It smells like trees and I don't know, just kind of like camping and everything for this summer. So I'm gonna be using this, and if you don't know me, my name is V and I make so many videos about stationery. I do a lot of planning, a lot of unboxing. Anything related with paper is what you can find in my channel. But anyways, let's talk about my planners, how I'm planning to use it, and what kind of planners I have. So I'm gonna be doing it really quick. I'm just gonna be taking one of each out and talk to you. So some of these, I don't use it every day. Some of these are monthly, some of these are the ones that I use occasionally, some of these I use them all day, and some of these I use them several times a day. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about them. So starting in here, this in here is kind of like this leather kind of cover that I actually bought it off Amazon. I'm gonna link down below the Amazon storefront where you can find many of these things that I'm gonna be talking today. And if you buy them, I may have a little bit of commission of Amazon if you buy through my link. So that will also really help me out. But anyways, I bought this beautiful cover, and this in here is not a specific everyday planner. It's more kind of like a keeper. In here, I just keep information about my fountain pens in there. And in here, this I just have field notes inside this. In here, I just keep a little bit of track of all the washi that I have. So as you can see, this is not something I use every day, but I am still moving forward with this one for the second half of the year, mainly whenever I do any unboxing and I want to keep track of those things that I buy. So this is just washi tape going on in this notebook. So this one again is not one of those that I use every day. So it's coming with me again for June. Then in here, there are some of this in here. So moving into this one at first, this is also something that I don't use every day. This is more to do a lot of swatches in here. So this, I just have this clear pocket in here, and when you open it up, in here I just have fountain pen collection. So again, it's really similar to that one, but in here is more defined of what are the fountain pens that I have. As you can see, I have many. I already made a video for which ones I'm gonna be using for July, but I still have to add many more in there. So this is just keeping track of those pens. And then in here is just swatches for some of the ink. So I already posted a video, a short I think, doing some of these ink swatches in there. But if you wanna watch it, you're in there. So this is again something that I don't use every single day. It's more whenever I buy a fountain pen or whenever I find or buy new inks for those fountain pens. So these two are also coming with me. So let's just put it in there, the stack. Then moving on, we have this one in here. Again, this one, I haven't really used it because I don't have a lot of time to do this, but I absolutely want to. This one and these ones are some of these travelers that I made myself. So I literally cut them down and I did all the holes with my brother. He helped me out because he knows a lot about using leather and everything. So he helped me. So we made them together. So I absolutely love this one. And inside this one, I just have this in here that it has this little thing to put your pen, and inside I just have some paper. So I have this one that is watercolor in here, so I do some swatches of watercolor, but I want to start painting in these. These are by Travelers Company, so I'm really excited, but I don't use it often, mainly because I don't have time. But then in here I have also some craft paper that is this beautiful brown, and then in here I have some sketch paper. So I haven't had time to do any sketching or anything like that. So I'm really hoping that on June, I'm gonna be using that. So again, as you can see, these are all kind of like journaling, sketching, painting, but it's not a lot of planning. But moving on into other one that I don't use so often is this one. I'm planning on using this one on my trip that is going to happen in the end of this month. I'm gonna tell you all about it after the trip, just for confidentiality and also for my own I don't know, safe to not say in social media when I'm going to be. But this is the beautiful, amazing camel color of the Traveler's Notebook in the Starbucks Reserve Roastery. And these have these two beautiful in here charms. This is for memories. So this, I'm planning on using it in July. In here, I just have the coffee. And what I'm planning to use it is because I'm going to visit some of my friends. So at first in here, I have some of these that pockets. So I'm gonna put any little things that I cannot paste into my travel journal, but also I want to keep it, so I'm gonna put it in these pockets. And then in here, I'm planning on my friends to write down to me a little note because I don't see them often, so I want them to write down to here, and I'm gonna put some pictures. So that's the plan for this. And then in here, I have an accordion, so I'm gonna put some stamps in there. So this is going with me into my trip at the end of July, which I'm already spoiling you a little bit because I'm gonna make another video of preparing for that trip. So this one again is not really often. This is something that I just want to use when I'm going to visit family or friends that I don't see often, and I want to keep memories from them. So that one is coming with me. Then moving on in here, some other one that I have that I don't use often is this one. This one is the olive color. I just have this. This used to be my travel journal, but then I switched it to this one because this one is more olive. In here, I just have this beautiful charm in here by Traveler's Company. And inside, I just have this small a small Traveler's Company that is by Sterling Ink. And this one is black with the gold kind of like area in here. And what I do in here is that I haven't really posted anything about this journal. This is just a junk journal, so of course it's gonna be with me in the second half of the year because I just put a lot of junk that I use when someone send me any boxes or when I buy something, and I just want to remember the things that I bought. So for example, in here, this one was by the Young Charm, so I just put every single thing I got. Same in here when I got this box by Actor and Olive, that is the summer collection, so I wanted to put it in there. Then we have some ink things in here, and again Traveler's Company, a lot of Traveler's Company, some inks in here going on. Then in here another things, this one by Mac Lovewell, and then in here some of the Little Bear plants. So I have this junk journal that is mainly posting, or not posting, but it's mainly designing it with things that I got and I did unboxing. So you may see me doing some junk journaling later on, but it's also keeping that kind of memory. So this one, again, not using it all the time, but it's going to be with me this half of the year. Then moving on into these ones. These ones are ones that I use more often. So let's move into the travel, specific travel journals. I have two travel journals. This one in here, I already explained this in a recent video, but this one is for just road trips that I do around the United States. So in here I just have the pouch. I have this specific thing for the road trip. So in here, for example, we made one in the up north in Minnesota, so I just have in there some design. Then in here I just have the monthly pages in here, that is the blank one, just in case I want to change it. And then after that I just have this pouch with this one that is a sticker paper in case I want to paste any stickers. So this one, I use this every single weekend because I usually go out of the house on the weekends and I want to take some notes. So this one is going to be with me, of course, every month. And this is the travel journal. The other travel journal that I have is this one. This one is the Have a Nice Trip. This is again by Traveler's Company. I have so many by Traveler's Company. But this one is the Flyer Lines, and it has so many beautiful charms. This one is going to be used for long trips or trips that I'm going to be traveling a lot in the car or flying around. So in this one in here, I just have the monthly in here. If you want to see like a more specific about this, I already made a video. I may link it in here. And then inside I have two inserts. Well, all these have four. So the monthly, then in here goes into the weekly. So these ones, I'm only gonna fill it out when I'm traveling. Then this one that is about California in here. And this one, I'm gonna be using it, again, only in the United States, but long trips. And then we have this other one in here that is for international travel that I'm gonna be using this month. So this has 4 inserts. It's really chunky, and it's gonna be more chunky by the time I finish traveling. But this is something, again, that I'm not using every single day, but also not gonna use it this year. I'm gonna use it because I'm planning on traveling, but again, this may take longer to fill out everything. So these are my 2 travel journals. Let me try to put them in there. So these 2. Then apart from this, I have other things that I use every day. So the other things that I use every day is this one. This is the health journal. I just started using this one, and I'm gonna try to open it up. It's kind of like too personal, the design, but I'm gonna show you one of these kind of areas. This one that I haven't filled out so much. So this is for this week, and actually I have to put the stamp, but usually I have a stamp in here, and I just track my sleep, my energy, the pain level, my mood, any steps, my period, any movement. It can be yoga, workout, walk around my house, and then physical therapy. Then in here, any liquids and any food. And in here, I just have some of the days of the week, and I track these kind of things. So I just track if I did anything with movement, anything at home, anything creative, anything with my family, social, work, anything related with learning, self-care, recovery, or fun. So I just put all the numbers, and I explain a little bit of what I do. Then on the weekly in here, this is more personal in here. So on the weekly, I just separate it in 2, and I put how my mind and my body are doing that week. Then in here, extremely more personal, I have all the notes by the doctor whenever I'm going to physical therapy or anything. So I do fill out this every single day in the morning mainly. So I love this one. I fill out the things of the first weekly kind of like energy and all of that the day after what happened, so I can remember what happened the day before. So this is a daily use. Then another daily use that I just incorporate is this one. This in here is the Hobonichi APEC, and inside I just have this notebook that is all the planning that I'm doing for next year. But this is the Hobonichi APEC in the A6 size, I think, and this is only July and December. So I'm using this every day, and I'm not gonna show you a lot, but for example, this is how it looks for today. So I just finished everything about yesterday, and then today I already put in here the things that came out and everything. But I'm just doing a lot of kind of memory keeping in here. So I'm using this every single day, and I've used it. This is the one that I told you I use it many times a day. I use it in the morning, and I write down a little bit about the morning. Then in the afternoon again, and at night I write a little bit more. So this is coming with me, of course, daily use. The other one that I use daily is this one. I'm not gonna open it. This is the Hobonichi 5-year, and in this one I just write a little bit of the day so I can compare it in 5 years. As you can see, it's already getting kind of old, but this I can show you one of the last pages so you cannot see. But in here, I just started this year, so you just have a small space each day to write down, and then in here. So I just trying to keep in that memory. Even though I have my memory keepers and all these planners, at the end of the day, in 5 years, I can just take this book and I can remember everything without having to go into details like this. So I use this every day as well. Then let's put these ones in here. Then the other one that I use every day is this one. This one in here is my also memory keeping, but this is more fun, I think, because I only keep in here only a few things. This is for next week that I already did it, filmed the video and everything, but I just track stuff in here. In here, I just put how the weather is going to be. In here, small things to remember, how like posting some videos, if I have any kind of, I don't know, bills to pay, birthdays, events, anything in here. And in here, the little things that happen during that day. So this is like a small kind of memory keeping that if I don't write that, I will already have this, so I can just transfer into that one. I love this a lot to be honest. If I didn't have this, I will be a little lost, I think. Even though I have all the other journals, I absolutely love my Hobonichi week. So this one is coming again with me for next half of the year. Then I use another Hobonichi week. And this one I only use it on the weekdays. And this one is my work planner. And in here, I'm not gonna open it because there is a lot of sensitive information in there. But the things that I use it for is that I use the monthly to just track the projects that I'm working on, who I'm working with, what is the stakeholder, and all of that. And if you don't know, I'm a UX researcher, so I do a lot of projects and a lot of investigation. So in the weeklies, I just use it to put the time and how I'm going to be having that timeline. For example, if I have meetings, if I have to work on something, if I have interviews to do or something, I just have at a glance all that specific timeline. And then on the dailies, I just write the to-do, things that I need to finish. So this is in this beautiful cover in here, and it's just the Hobonichi Weeks Mega. So I actually decided that next year, I'm gonna change this one by the sterling ink, but let's see how it works. But for this next 6 months, I'm gonna keep using this one. So apart from this, we have these other ones. So I just introduced this new for this next 6 months, and this is the weekly in here. So you just have the timeline because I want to try to plan my day better, but I don't want to have the timeline in any of my other planners. It's not for me. I like to use things there separately so I can be organized actually. So I just have this one to use it. And since the next 6 months just started, because we are just in July, I don't have so many spreads yet. So yeah. So this one I use it at the end of the week. And this one I use it every week. It's the socials, and I'm not gonna open it, but in here is where I planned every single video that I post on YouTube. When am I gonna post it? If I'm gonna post a reel, when do I have to go and film it, when do I edit it, when do I post it, and everything. So this is the blue cover. I have to tighten it up, this little thing a little bit more, but this is just social media. And then I use this personal. This personal is not memory keeping or anything. Now what I use it for is just the to-do list of the week and the day. I just go open a day and I just put with my stamp, that is this stamp in here, I just put the date, and then I just put all the to-do lists that I have to do. So I just keep these little notebooks for that. And then I have this one that I also fill it out weekly, and this one is learning. This one I think I can open it up for you, but this one in here I just have the monthly. And in here, if I show you last month, I just have any test that I have to do, any lessons, when the course is starting, and everything. So the monthly is just about that. And then when we move into the weekly is more exactly when do I have the classes, at what time, and then in here the week, the things that I'm learning. So I just do this in the last of the week, and I just plan it in here, and then I move it into my other to-do list that is weekly in here. So I just plan out my learning. If you don't know, I love learning languages, and also I'm learning about accessibility in UX design, research, and web accessibility. So everything is going to be planned in here. So these are the kind of planners and journals. And then something that I just introduced as well, and it's my last one, is this beautiful thing in here. This is my reading journal because I just started reading this year in like June, so it's really recently. So it's just my reading journal. I have in here the books that I already read, and then in here I move into the challenge of the days that I'm reading. Then we move in here into the monthly log, the books that I'm reading in the month. Then we move into the book of the month because I'm subscribed to that, and then the monthly favorites. And then we move into the books that I already read or I'm reading, and when did I finish them. And then we move into the monthly. And the monthly in here, I just write down a little bit of how the book was. And then for July, I introduce a reading tracker, and also I introduce a to be read kind of page. So that's all the planners that I use. And all of them, as you can see, they're coming with me for June. Before this, I tried to introduce the Hobonichi cousin, the A5. I couldn't keep up with that one. I didn't really like it and I just didn't use it. I also tried to use another language learning journal that was smaller. I'm gonna put all the links in there because I set it up in the beginning of the year. They didn't work either. It was too small. It was still really pretty design, but it was too small for me, so I didn't use it. Then I also tried to do a bullet journal, but it was gonna be only 6 months, and then I found out a bit about Traveler's Company. So of course I fell in love with Traveler's Company, so I didn't use that one. And then I tried to use another journals and it just didn't work out. So this is the system. I have, as you can see, planners in here and then journaling and then a lot of memory keeping. So I know like many people have many planners and they just jump around the planners. I do not jump. I do have one thing for one specific area in my life, and I make sure that I just use it for that. So personally, it's only to-do list. I don't need to jump from this. I just carry this with me every day in my house, and I just do my to-do list in here. If I'm traveling, I don't bring this with me. The to-do list can be done in another notebook. So that's how it works. I don't change this. But for next year, I'm already thinking of the system. So I'm really excited for all the new notebooks and to see how they look. But let me know how you plan your life. If you have a lot of memory keeping, like as you can see, a little bit RC books in there for you, or if you don't really use many of these things, like if you are someone that really don't like to use a lot of planning things. But yeah, let me know how you kind of manage your life, and if you manage it in the same way as me, and if you also are a little bit crazy about planners and crazy about a Traveler's Company, please let me know how it is for you, because as you can see, I have a little bit of a problem with Traveler's Company. It's extremely beautiful and I have so many things in here. But yeah, that's it. Let me know in the comments down below what do you think of this craziness of notebooks and how I plan and how I keep everything in one or many different places, but the things that work for me. So this is my beautiful collection that I'm going to be using for June, and the next year let's see what the time brings. But that's all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you in the next video. That's all. Bye.